Hey guys, I hope you all have a lovely Tuesday. And look, I know I don't have a lot of supporters on my channel, and that's my two cats. They're play fighting, but they're fighting, and they've done it since 2 o'clock this morning. So if you hear them, that's what you hear. But Gypsy copywriting these things it really irks my nerves, and there's a couple ways to get around that. When Gypsy first started copyrighting my channel, I went and made a second one. It's probably got 17 subscribers on it, but I don't think that's what I'm trying to get at. Into the Weeds podcast is very passionate about getting these videos out, and I'm not monetized. People donate to my. Um, I have a GoFundMe page for my congestive heart failure. And there's a page dedicated to that, and people donate to that. But if you'd also like to support my channel in any way, you can follow that blue link. It's located in my description box. But I'm willing, to air their stuff. I don't care if they copyright me. I also have a second page, or channel. I'm trying to think of the name. Oh my goodness. I'll get it. I'll put it in the description box once I think of it. I can't think of it. Good God, and it's mine. Anyway, I don't care if I air Gypsy's content and get copy strike. I mean, like I say, I'm not monetized. I never will be, because I don't think that Gypsy or YouTube or anybody else is going to silence my thoughts, my opinions, or my fucking videos. So with that being said, as soon as I remember the name, I'll put it in the description box below. But if you want to look, a lot of your supporters know what kind of content that you push out. And when they realize that a video is coming out, they automatically come and they look, correct? Like Becca Scoops. Everybody knows that when she drops a video, it's related somewhat to Gypsy Rose. Well, how I get by is if I put a little clip, about a 2-second clip, in, and then I air Gypsy, and then I put something at the end, and Gypsy's in the middle of my video, and I don't label it, here's Gypsy Rose. I put something like, this is hilarious, or this is going to blow y'all's mind, or this is exciting, or I found this interesting. I don't label it Gypsy Rose's video. So if Gypsy's not looking for it, Gypsy can't copyright it. But if you label it, this is hilarious, I mean, it's going to, first of all, catch a lot of people that's not even aware of what kind of videos you put out. And it's just going to catch their attention like, oh, I wonder that, you know what I'm saying? The point is that we're out to get these videos to the public. Some people might not never even realize what's going on, and they see a title labeled, this is outlandish or outrageous, or this is going to blow your mind, and they click it, and then they're like, what in the fuck is this shit? They'll come back to, that channel, like Into the Weeds podcast. Just don't label it Gypsy's third video, or I can't remember all their silly names. That not Into the Weeds podcast. I'm talking about like Gypsy's stupid videos. Yeah, like Gypsy's Valentine. That's it. Don't label it Gypsy's Valentine or Gypsy's birthday. Just don't put Gypsy in it. Does that make sense? But if you're out there and you have a video that you're passionate about and you want it out, if you come to my community page and my most recent post. If you say something in my comments, I'll get the video and I'll put it on my channel, or leave it in the description box, and I'll put it on my second channel for people to see it. If that makes sense. I'm not quite sure how. I don't want to say this wrong. I don't know if you're like, I don't know if it's all about the money for some, or if it's all about the purpose of the mission. And my purpose is to expose Gypsy, and for everybody to know the real Gypsy Rose Blanchard. And I've said this time and time again, we know Gypsy's not going to go back to prison. Not for this. But our goal is to reach as many people out there to show the real Gypsy Rose Blanchard. And if one teenager sees our content and realizes, and it stops that kid from reaching out to Gypsy, so Gypsy can't prey on them or entice them or influence them in any way, to me, that's my purpose. Justice for Dee Dee, a new trial for Nick, is another part of my passion for my videos. You know, I mean, I know it's slim to none, but my passion, as long as I'm here, is not going to stop for that reason. But I come across this video last night at, I think it was like 3, no, it was like 4. My cat knocks on the door to go out to the bathroom. I have 3, and I have 3 babies. And I've taught them there's like a little string at the bottom of my door that they pop when they got to go out to the bathroom. They don't use a litter box, I swear. And one says hello, one pops the other 2 pop the scream. And y'all, let me tell you how they come in. They run and jump and pop the back of my door with their feet. And Disney hollers. Disney comes running out. That's the little girl that just had the babies. But she comes running. She goes, meow, 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 all the way to and I can hear her by my window. So she runs and she hollers the whole time until she gets to the door. And like I say, I hear her every time, and I have the door open for her to come on in. But Lulu, he runs and he jumps. He turns. It's like he runs and then he jumps and then he hits his back feet and pops and kicks the bottom of the door. And y'all, I ain't never seen nothing so funny in my life. And I have another one called Little Baby. And y'all, this is the most muscleless cat you will ever see. But you know a cat plays with balls, right? Y'all, this cat has a talent. I mean, it don't matter how many, his speed, it don't matter how big, how small the ball, it don't matter how many. I mean, this cat is on point with this ball. I live in a 5th wheel. And we have another garage, like we're attached to another little garage, but we're in the midst of, we're trying to leave town. So, we're trying to go back on town out of work. So we're trying to find something that, it's kind of hard to explain. We're trying to take the cats with us, but something that's kind of, that you can like, it's kind of like the pack and plays for the fucking youngins, but we're trying to find something or that, we can take with us that they would have room, to like travel with us, without being like in a little cage. It's kind of like a mini, you know what I'm talking about? Like a mini U-Haul, but their own little mini U-Haul. But anyway, I'm trying to get the little baby like this big old courtyard for me to show you guys what he can do. And the only thing I can think about is if I took him to like a basketball court or something with a big old courtyard. Y'all, I've never in my life. He does it in the house. And he goes from one end and to the other with these balls. And look, I've raised cats my whole life. I raised 17 pets and cats my whole life. But what this cat does and the strength and his speed is just outrageous. I mean, like, yes, I've got to get y'all a video of it. It is absolutely phenomenal. And we're in the midst of now trying to get out of town. So, like, we used to stay in, we can't carry our fifth wheel as soon as we go out of town, but we come back for it. But we stay in, like, the little, oh my goodness. They're not little apartments, but they're not motels. Oh, suites. That's it. Yeah, like uptown suites. And they always have like this little courtyard, like have a ceramic floor or whatever, that you can go chill or whatever. Like, and then they have like a little pool court. Anyway, once we get back out of town, y'all, I mean, you've got to see this fucking cat. I mean, I've never in my life seen nothing that is as speed and muscle and just absolutely amazing. But with that being said, this morning at 4 o'clock, Disney woke me up. And I seen this. And this is from Renell Smith, but I held it in as long as I could hold it in, but without further ado, this bitch has lost her mind. There was another one that came out here not too long ago defending Gypsy. Short-haired, talked shit about shit she didn't know or have a fucking clue about. Okay. Well, this bitch right here, she's even more fucking delusional.
Hi, beautiful people. Hope you guys are all doing well. First, foremost, and most. Hi, beautiful people. Hope you guys are.
I am beyond exhausted by the constant harassment and bullying I have been receiving over the last month simply because I uplifted Gypsy Rose Blanchard in my Survivor Resiliency series. That was simply just something I did on social media for the month of November and December, simply because our country often minimizes trauma survivors' experiences while also re-victimizing and re-traumatizing them.
First of all, we're not minimizing or downplaying anybody's fucking trauma, but you're uplifting a convicted murderer that was not abused, traumatized, mistreated, or anything else. So for you to come out here and think that we're not passionate human beings, that we invalidate true trauma, no, you're validating somebody that was never that has no reason to be traumatized, that all she done was leave destruction in her fucking path. So, yeah, let's just watch this shit, because she's gonna fucking piss me off.
This is something that I've been wanting to speak to because I have lived firsthand experience after breaking my silence against Billy Jensen and Ben Kissel years.
And that's just like us. We all, 90% of people have lived with trauma in their past. First of all, we didn't solve the problem by murdering. Second of all, we don't come out and announce it and lie about it. Gypsy Rose has done nothing but lie about her trauma. Made up, disgusting trauma that most people put in their back pocket and they never bring up again. But Gypsy comes out here with videos talking about, oh, me and my grandpa used to take a nasty ass bath together, knowing the shit didn't happen. Gypsy was truly traumatized about shit like that. She wouldn't come out here fucking announcing it the way she does. And all you're doing is invalidating and taking up for somebody that really has you fucking fooled like everybody else.
Back, and now this cycle is being repeated, but on behalf of Gypsy, who I did receive consent from to make this video.
There is no room or excuse for bullying or harassing people, period.
Name exactly what this is, and that is digital violence. Digital violence can look like cyberbullying, stalking, harassment, all the things.
Hold the fuck up. Are you talking about us cyberbullying? Have you not seen that little gremlins fucking AI videos, AI sketches, or AI little... Clearly you've never met her best friend, have you? Imagine fucking that. Have you not seen the two most despicable people on this internet that's associated with Gypsy Rose Blanchard? Oh, but you gonna come at us. Bitch, please.
That I have been experiencing, as well as Gypsy. So I want to address the individuals that...
First of all, you linked your name with Gypsy. Nobody asked you to put your 2 cents on this internet unless you're asking for clout and clicks, because anybody that knows Gypsy Rose Blanchard is associated with the videos and the negativity that comes with her. So what the fuck are you advocating? Like, really? You asked for it by putting your name with Gypsy. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Can't seem to just let me live my life. So I'm going to explain a little bit about these individuals who have...
First of all, we don't give a fuck about you or your life. You linked your ass to Gypsy Rose Blanchard, and the negativity and the fucking feedback that comes with it and the backlash that comes with it, you asked for it. Now you, just like Gypsy, you're going to play victim now that people are calling you out about your shit. You thought you were going to come out here and so there's little... and take up for Gypsy and persuade people to not pick on Gypsy. And not get the backlash you deserve. Well, to each your own, stupid.
And contacting me. These are people, vast majority being women, who are not only making content based around Gypsy, but they have also now started making content about myself, falsifying my job.
Like I said, you asked for it. Now, falsifying your... Wait, what? Let's finish that. Let's... A damn truck, y'all. Let's finish what this numbnut has to say.
Downplaying my education and accreditation in trauma-informed care, attacking my character, my looks, and everything else in between. So I want to speak to those people directly right now. If your means of messaging is to start attacking people right off the jump before ever considering who they may be, their lived experience, their professional backgrounds, speaks to the lack of research and respect that you have for people. As a doctor...
Oh, hold on, girl. Hold on, girlfriend. We're going to talk about your lack of research. Oh, we going to. Just give it a fucking minute.
As a seasoned research producer, as someone who, again, has been in the true crime storytelling space for nearly 9 years.
Bitch, you don't look a day over 10. Talking about your 9 years worth of experience. If your 9 years of experience is what you call what'd she say? Credibility? Whatever. Credentials? I don't know. Anyway, that's your idea. Slide your ass over there with the pathetic media that refuse to do their homework as well. You don't know shit. If you knew shit, you wouldn't be out here on this fucking video taking up for Gypsy Rose fucking Blanchard that never had no trauma, was abused, lived a very, very good life. But just shut up.
I have worked with hundreds of trauma survivors, meaning I have worked with highly traumatized individuals across the board.
Do you think, talking with your fucking hands make you any more credibility? You look stupid. Stop.
So, because my lived experience has been in these storytelling spaces...
Like I said, I wish you could see my hands right now. What? You're not a day over 10? In your 9 years worth of experience, and you can't call out a fake trauma, a manipulating fucking bitch? I would pick a different professional, my dear.
I simply have met people who are on their healing journey, who have just begun on their healing journey, or those who haven't made those attempts at all. And by now,
then you can't spot Gypsy Rose for the fake, lying, manipulating cunt that she is. Oh, but you're a trauma expert, right? And you don't see that? I don't think, right, I'm to the point where now I don't think you'd see a plane if it landed on its forehead, on your forehead. You can't see shit. Go get Gypsy's fucking glasses.
I can actually recognize that really, really well. Especially after.
No, you really, really can't. And I swear I wish you could see what my hands are doing right now. Do you remember that little thing Gypsy just said? I give it to the Lord. I give my healing to Him. Fuck, I don't have to take accountability for shit. I give it all to Him. He is the reason I am where I am today. Because if He would have wanted me to take a different life and path, He would not have allowed me to kill my mama. But you gonna validate for somebody that talks shit like that? Okay, George.
Trauma-informed education, which, by the way, as a mental health coordinator, this is a very, very new role in the industry, and I was chosen out of 30 people across the globe to get this high honor. And
woohoo! Do you want a fucking pity party? What do you need for that? Because Gypsy stood on a stage, bald-headed as a monkey, with fucking big-ass glasses, singing... What is that damn song? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Gypsy, that award that Gypsy falsifully received, only one child in the nation received that award. And look how she got it. By lying, manipulating, and telling people that she could not walk for 14 years. So... what now? You want a fucking cookie because you were picked out of 30 people to receive your award when you can't spot fake trauma from a mile away?
Do the difficult amount of work that I had to do in a 10-week span. So when we are talking about trauma to trauma here, I think I know a thing or two about it, and I can recognize.
You're so stupid. You could not recognize a plane if it landed on your forehead, but you can't identify or you can't spot Gypsy's fake shit over there? Child, please.
When there's some bullshit happening, down to who is really doing the work. So the reason that I've tuned you all out really quickly, especially when you start throwing...
Let's see. You want to talk about work? You're the little bitch that stood up on that platform and said, I believe you are. I refuse to look at the videos. I refuse to look at the FOIAs. I don't care about her text messages. I don't care about her past. Bitch, her past is leaked to her future. Gypsy's where she is based on that fake, false abuse. So what the fuck you talking about? You did your research. If you would have done your research, you would not be on the screen advocating for a fucking murderer. A convicted murderer that went to prison on falsified abuse. Gypsy and her attorney, and he damn well says so, made it up to keep Gypsy Rose Blanchard from getting the death penalty. But you did your research, right? What about every lie that we've clocked since Gypsy's been out? But you did your homework, right? Oh, you can spot manipulation and true trauma a mile away. You mean through the 100 videos that Gypsy's literally making a porno while her mom is gone, walking around the house when Gypsy's mom truly thought that she could not walk? But you can spot all that a mile away, right? Oh, fuck me.
Words like research and ignorance around is simply because you, in fact, haven't done any research at all. The reason I have chosen...
Now you laughed like when you said that. because you truly are aware that you did no absolutely research at all. And you know it. You and Gypsy are pissed off that we have done our homework and we see her for the bitch and the fucking lying, manipulating cunt that she is. And for you literally to sit on here and advocate for Gypsy Rose Blanchard, you're a piece of shit.
Not to read the documents in these FOIA requests, watch these videos that Gypsy for sure did not consent to, is simply because I read her.
Wait, what? What? Gypsy didn't consent to? Oh my God. Oh my God. Gypsy's in every fucking video. I don't see. Okay. Gypsy did not consent to the videos. So, Nick has so much power that he told Gypsy to get on video after video after video from 600 miles away and demanded Gypsy to make these videos. Are you tripping, child? God almighty. You stop. Just fucking stop.
Book clearly shows that you have not.
Oh, y'all, she is relying on the book only. She just said it. She refused to look at the FOIAs and the videos, and she is relating to Gypsy's book only. Okay, well. Okay, yes, we got to breathe on this one. You're relying on a fucking book that Gypsy not only did not write, but then threw her publisher and her co-author under the bus when people clocked every lie that was in that video. Not to mention, Gypsy had to come out and recant her book, her whole book, and say, "Oh, I'm so sorry about all the lies that I misspoke on," after reading the book aloud, not once, but twice, and reading over it 50 fucking times from front to back. But then when the lies, everybody clocked every lie she ever told in that fucking book with receipts and proof, that she had to say, okay, my co-author and my publishers are now to blame. They're going to rewrite my story. My. Key word here. My motherfucking story. If it's Gypsy's, Gypsy cannot come out here and stand on her own two fake fucking feet. She has to get two stupid people to advocate for her on a panel every day. Because Gypsy knows she don't have the balls to come out here and face the people that she's lying to. Lying and manipulating the fucking public. Now, her little pathetic ass has to go after people's pages and copyright them because people are speaking the truth. If it was a lie, Gypsy would sit back and say, these bitches has lost their mind, just let them know. Gypsy knows these people are telling the truth and are outing her for the fucking person she is. Gypsy has to scoot low and go behind and get people's pages took down. Where's her videos? Where is Gypsy's videos? She was all about some videos with Nick. Where is Gypsy's video coming out and explaining why these people are questioning her? Or better yet, I've had just quite a few questions. If I got 4 that there is absolutely no way in hell Gypsy will never have the balls to answer, because there's only one way to answer them. If Gypsy was innocent, Gypsy would have went to the cops after she slaughtered her mom. No, she didn't do that. She robbed her mom and then caught 2 buses and drove 600 miles out of fucking town. If Nick was her rapist and her abuser, why did she fucking have sex with him afterwards, or go to the motel afterwards, or then go 600 miles out of town with him where she was caught when the cops caught her? But Nick made her though, right? She unwillingly went, right? at 23 fucking years old. Okay? She could sell that fucking pathetic lie to people whenever she was in a wheelchair or her mom was alive. But now Nick is her abuser. She went from one abuser to the next. Nick was an autistic young man. If Gypsy did not want to be around him, all she had to do was simply walk the fuck away. But she didn't. Nor did she do it with her mom. Because Gypsy's mom was took out of this world because her mom was going to expose her. I made a video yesterday. I have slowly put this case together, and last night, y'all, I was out there, I was pressure washing my rug, and it just hit me. I was listening to somebody I can't remember exactly who I was listening to, but it just, it's like God smacked me with a reality stick. Look, I'm going to let you finish this video, and then I'm going to explain it to you, because this bitch is nuts.
There is no reason for me to do anything with these materials because she already spoke pretty extensively about this period in her life along with that individual. I never want to speak on behalf of anybody's trauma, but what I will say is that Gypsy has gone so in depth about her remorse, about these periods of her.
Where? She can't even get on a fucking video and announce and talk to us. What the fuck is she remorseful for? Oh, she got caught. Huh. Is she remorseful about all the lies that we've clocked her in? What the fuck is she Oh, that's right. How she continues to blame her mom and Nick for. Is that what what the fuck is she shut the fuck up. All the way up.
Life and the things that she's not proud of. None of this is actually a shock. And I don't need to be reading these things because why? That's not a representation of Gypsy today. I like to meet people where they're at today, and that is something that a lot of you cannot seem to do. And that actually makes me feel great sadness for you, that you find more fulfillment in vilifying a woman who already has gone through who has had to sit with what she did and still actively doing the work to heal from the trauma that she was given. And no amount of misinformation, mental gymnastics, or anything that you all try to put out there in terms of her story does not negate her trauma and her lived experience. And unless you were in that home with her, you do not know what
Y'all. Oh, but she does, though, right? We don't know. Bitch, we were practically living in that home because we have every Facebook, Skype, video, medical record. We have every fucking clocked video or anything that happened to Gypsy. What the fuck you mean we wasn't in that house? But you were? Oh, you sound like Bree. Are you Bree's third cousin? Like Sheena? Oh, but you don't need to know nothing. You need to know the Gypsy Rose Blanchard she is today. You mean the Gypsy that continues to bully or run away from her problems or have to go after people below the belt and throw people underneath the bus every time somebody clocks one of her pathetic fucking lies? Can you make a whole nother video on how Gypsy's remorseful and how Gypsy lives her life today? I'm curious. I'd love to see that video as well.
She went through. This again goes on par with victim shaming and blaming. And if I have to read one more time, well, as a real victim, I find true offense to da 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 da. As
fuck you, and fuck you. Oh, but you can spot trauma away. People are, see, that's what I'm saying. Gypsy is a lie. Gypsy's whole life was a lie. And you got people that are truly traumatized by the shit that Gypsy's claiming happened to her when it didn't. But you can spot it a mile away. Really? I would take those 30 awards, or, that one award, 30 people, the whole nation got. Go give it back. Go take your credentials and turn them back in, because clearly you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. But now you're going to get out here and advocate for Gypsy, that was never abused, has no reason to be goddamn traumatized other than her own manipulating lies. But now you're going to do the same thing Gypsy does and invalidate real trauma abused people. You people make no sense. The reason Gypsy's life, the reason there's no abuse that took place in those videos, all them pictures that Gypsy was, documenting her whole life, the reason there was no abuse, because the abuse did not come up until Gypsy decided to take her mom's life, and her public defender came up with a reason to keep her out of prison for life. That's when the Munchausen by proxy narrative come up. That's why the abuse allegations come up. And Gypsy spent the next 8.5 years figuring out a way to sell that fake abuse to the media. Just like the fucking documentaries, they're lies. They're something that Gypsy came up with to keep her ass out of prison for life. And you don't want to know. Gypsy made them videos unwillingly. Oh my God. Y'all, she is the next. She's better than BRI. She's more delusional than BRI.
True trauma survivor myself, I find severe and explicit offense to what you are doing, and I simply do not understand why.
She cannot do this and make a serious video without fucking laughing. She knows the shit that's coming out of her mouth is funny as fuck. Girl, how much did Gypsy pay you? Just be honest with us. Or is it for clout and clicks? Is it because you wanted on the negativity? Gypsy's got two things that she gets. She gets positive or negative attention. BRI, Sheena, and apparently this chick right here wants to bring people to their attention with negative. In other words, standing up for Gypsy. See what I'm saying? That is their pathetic way of drawing people to their channel, is by taking up for Gypsy, because you say that shit, people come at you in the comments, making videos about you, responding to your emails, because people are trying to understand where y'all are coming from, taking up for Gypsy. Girl. Oh my Jesus, I can't.
My decisions in my life affect yours. The irony that lives in all of this of people saying,
if you didn't get your ass on this fucking video right now, then our situations would not be yours. So you made a video, which is now public domain, gives us the right to criticize and explain to you that you're full of fucking shit.
That they are true victims, they are true survivors. So how can I do this? How can I say that I stand with survivors? Just don't go there with me when it comes to that.
Just shut the fuck
shit.
up. Please do that.
I'm pretty sure that Gypsy Rose is not the person that is going out and pulling people out of their cars and attacking them in the streets right now.
Okay, the next 2 seconds she's going to talk about the next ICE incident, and that's not what any of this is about. She's like BRI. They always have to, there's true trauma in the world and you're worried about that, instead of, you won't be worried about that, but you need to be worried about Gypsy. That's all she's about to say. But last night, like I said, I was pressure washing my rug and it just hit me. And I went through everything that happened to Gypsy, and I came up with my opinion as to why Gypsy took her mom's life. Okay. When Gypsy got put in that wheelchair, Gypsy decided to choose a wheelchair over life so she could obtain the shit and become the half-ass celebrity she thinks she is. That's the path Gypsy chose to take. Gypsy lied to her mother about being able to walk. Okay, so staying in that wheelchair is what Gypsy needed to happen. And when Gypsy decided that, I believe Gypsy was behind all the organizations that were reached out to. Because you got to understand, not one charity benefited her mom. Not one. Even down to that pathetic pink house with the Lord light switches. The Disney trips, all that benefited Gypsy. The mail getting thrown out all around the neighborhood, I believe there was 30 outgoing mails that were found in a neighbor's yard. I believe those 30 outgoing, they wasn't to Nick. They were to the organizations that Gypsy was reaching out to. Now, a while back, I told y'all that Gypsy's mom received those wards willingly on how they got to her. Does that make sense? Gypsy was lying and malingering at the doctor's offices to stay in that wheelchair, to stay playing her 15-year-old disabled ass. Gypsy tells you in another video that my mom sees me as a 15-year-old disabled child and I can't walk and I'm scared I'll never walk down the aisle. Because if her mom was forcing her to stay in the wheelchair, her mom would already know that. So why would she be telling Nick? See what I'm saying? Just like she tells you in her book, oh, my mom threw me in the shed and I threw myself on the floor as if my legs really didn't walk. What? Why would your mom have wheeled you to the shed if she knew you could walk, Gypsy? See? There's inconsistencies that prove, and she tells Nick that she was lying, and I believe her because Gypsy's not going to paint herself in a negative light she's not going to. But she needed a way to explain to Nick that she fucking lied to him at the beginning of them meeting. She told him she could not walk. But she needed to walk if she was going to run away with Nick, right? So she had to be honest with Nick. I believe Gypsy was behind every bit of it. I believe in 2011, when Gypsy's mom caught her running away, I believe that's when the house went to shit. And I believe that's when Gypsy started running that house. I believe, because we caught her in 2015, back in that pathetic wheelchair. And I believe that she was blackmailing her mom back in that wheelchair. And all she had to do was say, oh, we're going to keep this going. Or else I'll just tell everybody it was all you. Exactly what Gypsy's doing today. Blaming her mom for all that happened back then. And I could see Dee saying, fine, get in the damn wheelchair. She took bullets for Gypsy. She fucking covered for Gypsy her whole life. So I believe her mom, we've got her mom trying to throw her out. Because Gypsy she was fucking acting out like hell. And it's in all the fucking documents, all the Facebook messages on Gypsy's, the way she was acting back then. I think Gypsy was stealing from her mom. She was stealing money. We know she was stealing money because she was sending it to fucking Nick. We know she was taking her pain pills or Xanaxes because we caught her fucked up on a video. Not to mention her mom had to call the cops twice for somebody stealing her pain medicine. I believe her mom had fucking enough. When her mom had enough and she was going to come out and she would have to explain, why'd you throw your little girl out? I thought she was your world. she was going to have to explain why she chunked Gypsy out. And if that stuff was going to come up, that Gypsy spent her whole life trying to bury about this 15-year-old disabled victim, the only person that knew her secret, the only person that could stop her from telling everybody that she had been lying, was her mom. Gypsy had legs. Gypsy could have got up and walked away, which she did twice, but she went back home. Who the fuck goes back home to their so-called abuser, the person that's starving them and chaining them to the bed and locking them up in sheds? Who goes back? Nobody. Unless there was nothing that was stopping them from going back. Her mom was not abusing her. She was abusing her mom. In 2011, when she got caught, that's when she knew right then that she had to eliminate her mom for that purpose only. Because if her mom was going to come out and rat and tell on her, Gypsy would have went to fucking prison for a very long time. I mean, she was lying on documented paperwork. She was lying to these organizations and pretending. She told us she was too scared to tell her mom that she could walk in fear of stop loving her. Why would you say that? As a parent, you could be forgiven, but that's not just an unforgivable lie. That is 14 years of allowing her mom to dote, change her shitty diaper, and wait on her for hand and foot for 14 fucking years. Not to mention going into doctors' offices lying about the symptoms that were wrong with you. Those are the things that would have surfaced. The fact that Gypsy was in a fucking special Olympics based on a lie, received awards based on a lie, got an airlifted fucking trip home, whatever, based on a lie. $5,000 wheelchair, meeting Miranda Lambert, Disney trips based on a lie. And the only person that knew her lie was her mother. Walking away would not solve that issue. Her mother had to die. That is my opinion. That's just like Nick. When Nick tells you in the beginning of a video that Gypsy met him at the motel with her bags packed, I believe him. And let me tell you, I believe they ended up back in that house because Gypsy, there was no purpose of Gypsy cleaning up the blood. If she was setting Nick up, why would she have cleaned it up? I believe Gypsy, there was only one bus ticket person. I believe Gypsy's intention was to come back to that home. But if she was setting Nick up, why would she have cleaned the blood up? She cleaned the blood up because I don't believe it belonged to Nick, Dee Dee, or Gypsy. There was a second knife found at the bottom of the trash can. I believe that that's the one that Gypsy, I believe that, you know how kids will go, they'll have, all right, like if I do something and I have you do it too, so we both can kind of look at each other, well, you did it, you're not going to tell on me type of deal. See what I'm saying? I think she had Nick stab her mom 4 times, which he says. That way, if they both can say, well, you did it too, and in hopes that you're not going to tell on each other. Does that make sense? That's why I think Dee Dee lost her life. And I think that's how Gypsy was setting Nick up. But these videos, that's another thing. She was setting these scenarios up and Nick wasn't taking the bait. That's why she kept making them. Because she kept trying to lure him in so she would be able to set him up. This young lady wants to get out here and advocate for somebody that not only fucking participated in her mom's murder, but then went and had sex in the next room the same room that she could look across and see her dead mother? That's what you want to advocate for? Or the one that fucking decided, oh, well, we'll just give my 13-year-old little girl up to their fucking baby daddy. Who the fuck says that? Nick was making her 600 miles away with a gun pointed to her head, right? Oh, okay. Where's the videos where he talks like that? Where he's demanding Gypsy to make a video telling her to give our child away on her 13th birthday. Where's that video? Do you know how ridiculous that video is even sounds to be made? Like, I'm gonna tell, okay, hey, can you make me a video of you giving our daughter away when we get 13? Can you make a video of that coming out of your mouth to me, please? See how ridiculous that sounds? And how absolutely stupid you sound up here advocating for someone like that? If you did not want to be in the spotlight, negative or good, then you wouldn't have made this video. You knew what you were doing. There's only been one other one brave enough to come out here and do some dumb shit like this, because we tore her ass up too. You deserve everything you get and the backlash, because people know the truth. People are not spending thousands of dollars to keep clocking everything that Gypsy was lying about. If these people did not think that they could purchase these FOIAs and these videos to prove that Gypsy's lying, they wouldn't. But they know the proof is in them, and that's why they paid for them and they got them. But now you just gonna come out here and I swear to God, she's gonna go out here and advocate for Gypsy based on her book. Her book that she literally has to recant because she lied in the whole damn thing. Oh, my. You a hell of a researcher. Wow. Who the fuck advocates for somebody that they don't do research on and admits it? You literally admit, I'm not going to do no research on her. I'm going to take her opinion only. Baby, go back to whatever school you went to, try this shit again, and then come the fuck back out, okay? Like I say, what, you're a day over 12? Talking about your life experience and you can spot trauma a mile away? Like I said, you could not spot a plane if it landed on your forehead. Go back, try this shit again, and then come back at us in about 9 more years. After, past the diaper stage and the little, being a toddler. Because if you were acting like a grown fucking woman, you wouldn't be out here advocating for a murderer. Which is documented and clocked that she did not have any abuse or any fucking trauma. So I'll see you in about 9 more fucking years if I last that long. Get the fuck off and go get a fucking real job. I just can't. With idiots. Straight idiots. Guys, I'm going to end you on something I found very funny. I caught this guy at 4:42 this morning, and you're going to love it. More proof that she has no clue what she's advocating for. So, like, what the fuck?
From the original form. I heard that Disney is making a live-action version of The Little Mermaid, and in the cartoon, Ariel's a white with red hair. In the movie they casted a black actress. I don't want the original Ariel to be changed in any way. I understand that in America, everyone is wanting to be more open to diversity. Race is a big topic right now. Blacks are fighting against police brutally. Asian Americans are being targeted due to the stigma from COVID.
Wait, I got one thing to say. Gypsy has been in prison for a few years now. Can somebody tell me how Gypsy went from a second grade education I mean, to a high school graduate, like, hell, college graduate over fucking night. For somebody that's supposed to be sheltered, uneducated, that speaks the way she does.
Personally, I'm not racist. However, I've also been around a lot of blacks who are racist against whites. Now, Gypsy, oh my God. Number one, shut the fuck up, you stupid, uninformed, ignorant bitch. And number two, let's just talk about Ariel. Me personally, not a fan of when they change the races up either, right? I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of when they change something just to do a spin on it. Me personally, I don't like when they change a woman to a man, or if he was Spanish, they change him to a white guy. I just prefer it be, what it was. But what if they did change it? What if it was a black girl? You know why it doesn't fucking matter? Do you know why it doesn't matter and you need to take your panties out of your asshole? Is because Ariel is a fictional character. Ariel is not fucking real. She's over here like, oh, I wanted the original character to be white with the red hair, like I've grown up to. She's not even real, Gypsy. I could see if this was a historical figure, or if they're doing like a biography of somebody and they decide to change up some characters from white to black or something like that. It's not that big a deal. But you know what she does is she uses that as an intro to her racism. You know what I'm saying? Whenever somebody starts out a sentence with, hey, by the way, I'm not racist or nothing, but you're about to hear some racist ass shit. Okay? Now, do I think she's like some hardened racist who sees a black and runs away? No. Or sees a black and gets angry? No. But I do think that she took that prison mentality and brought it out to the real world and thinks that's how the real world really works. You stupid, ignorant bitch. Because listen, we're going to read some more, and this is where I think this.
His name is AJ Tactical. AG Tactical. Hold up. Oh, I thought I had his name. I think it's AGTACTLE. Age. Okay. I'll link it in the links below. But guys, throw me your thoughts. Throw the hell out of them, because I need a lot of them. Let me know what you feel about this young lady out here advocating for Gypsy Rose Blanchard. And like I say, I hope you all have a lovely Tuesday.